Angie, it's a Chamber of Commerce type day here in Egan for a parade.
It definitely is. A lot of people out here enjoying the great weather we have going on today.
It's also exciting, too. This is the first year that the parade is going to be broadcast live on YouTube and Facebook Live. That's very exciting.
Very exciting. So I hope everybody's tuning in from home today, and we look forward to having a great parade.
Boy, and I'm going to say near record crowds here along Yankee Doodle.
Definitely.
It is packed. Kids are all anxious to get the candy, and even sidewalk chalk breaking out along the road here.
Have some great pictures of some flags over there drawn by the kids today, too.
Absolutely. So your first Funfest parade broadcast, are you excited?
I'm very excited. This is a great opportunity to connect with the community and continue to learn more about the great city of Egan.
Excellent. We usually get about 10,000 people out for the parade every year. Always a great time to come out and celebrate our nation's birth and, of course, Egan Funfest.
Definitely. I think the crowds are continuing to grow. Even though the parade's about ready to start, we continue to have more and more people coming down. So if you have an opportunity and get time, come on down.
Exactly. I saw actually 2 days ago people starting to lay claim to their parade spaces already. We had tarps, we had lawn chairs. I've been doing this, Angie, for about 10 years. This was the first time I saw someone saving their little space with a desk chair.
Not a desk, though, right? Just
no,
the chair?
Not the whole desk. That would be really serious. I literally had to drive by twice. I'm like, is that a desk there? That is a desk chair.
That's a desk chair.
Unbelievable. I think it speaks to the enthusiasm that people have for the parade.
Well, I think by the crowds you can see it might be necessary to utilize whatever resources you have available to save your spot this year.
Indeed, indeed. In a robust crowd we do have right along beautiful Yankee Doodle Road here in Egan. We were rained out last year, unfortunately. So the parade-deprived people who were tuning in last year, unfortunately, we could not bring the parade to you. Very ominous weather conditions. I think we were trying to save ETV equipment from flooding, if I remember.
Yeah, and those storm clouds turned on us last minute, and I don't think anybody was prepared for that one last year.
Got a little dicey. Indeed, but we saved the tents. Like I said, we saved the equipment. No equipment did flood out, which is good. Marshal Murdoch driving his golf cart by. A lot of volunteers here for the Funfest. We'll thank those throughout the broadcast here, but as you can imagine, a lot of time, a lot of resources go into one of the larger Independence Day celebrations here in the Twin Cities. So we want to thank those folks very much for their efforts and, again, the time they put into this event.
Yeah, if you're ever interested in volunteering or getting involved in it, we'd love to hear from you. You can definitely sign up on our website, and we'll keep your information handy and reach out throughout the year.
Pets are also welcome. I don't know how helpful they'll be, but you can bring them to meetings and things. A lot of pets out here today for the parade. See a lot during Funfest traditionally. But, yeah, great way to get involved in the community, give back, and celebrate not only our nation, but our beautiful community here in Egan.
Yep, I love how you bring out the pets. We had quite a few pets over here yesterday, including my dog Larry, who hangs out in the info booth. So you're definitely welcome to stop by and say hi to Larry the dog.
Excellent, Larry. Glad Larry could join us this year. Fun to see some furry friends in the mix. Yeah, I'll mention again, too, very excited. This is the first year that ETV is able to broadcast this live on YouTube and Facebook Live. So check those out. Is that Larry right there?
Ah, that's Larry.
Larry.
Hi, Larry. What a good dog. He's about not even 6 months old yet, and he's loving this activity and all the people that come out and see him.
Wagging his tail there. All excited for the parade to start.
Until the fire trucks come, probably.
Now, does he, I'm guessing he doesn't like fireworks like most dogs.
Well, Brian's been trying to prepare him for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes tonight. So he'll be here all day.
Excellent. Good experience for him.
Well, it's awesome to see this many kids out and about, having fun. We got some kids playing ball over there, waiting for their candy. Some kids are checking out their bags, seeing that they're still empty.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Alas, there will definitely be some opportunities to get some candy there. I always think it's fun, too, to encapsulate the day because sometimes this replay will play on, say, Thanksgiving Day or holidays in the winter. It is a beautiful 80-degree day. Probably a little humidity, but nothing we're complaining about. If you were going to order a forecast for the parade, I think this day would be probably at least top 5 for you.
Yeah, definitely. Slight breeze would be nice for a little bit more, but it's almost picture perfect.
Indeed, indeed. Now, have you ever been broadcast live on YouTube or Facebook Live?
Probably not by choice. But,
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is definitely my first time, so it's a great opportunity. I'm very privileged to have the opportunity and want to thank the committee for letting me do this.
Absolutely. A very progressive step for Egan TV. We'll want to thank them. And again, it's always a privilege to be broadcasting the Funfest Parade. It's one of definitely the top Independence Day parades in the Twin Cities, and always a lot of fun.
Always fun. Looks like the parade's starting. We're starting to get a glimpse of them coming down the road.
Well, also, a lot of sponsors and things go into the mix with Funfest as well, and throughout the broadcast we'll get into those as the day develops here. But, yeah, again, we want to thank so many individuals and businesses for making this event happen. We've really worked hard to establish our reputation, not only throughout the Twin Cities, but we do get some folks from out of town coming in for Funfest. It definitely has that appeal to it, so I think even bigger days are on the horizon for us.
Yeah, I was noticing we have quite a few out-of-state plates in the area right now, which is exciting to be able to feature what Minnesota has to offer.
Exactly, and you can follow us live throughout the year, actually. We've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're plugged into all the social media channels, and it's kind of fun, too. While the event is taking place, you can get the latest updates for bands and vendors and all kinds of things there. So again, all the action, basically it's as simple as going to funfest.org, has all of our social media channels on there, and you will be plugged into all that is Funfest.
One of the great things that Funfest does is they promote ride tickets before the event at a significant discount. So something to keep in mind for next year as well. If you click on our Facebook page, you'll get notifications of when those are available for sale.
It's a great point. Very wholesome entertainment for the whole family, and the Carnival's been a staple of Funfest for several years. Look at those candy seekers.
Waving their flags. Lots of umbrellas out today with the sun.
No doubt, no doubt. Again, we're just moments away from the Funfest Parade officially kicking off, and they are coming down. They've almost reached Carboni's at this point. And there we do have the American Legion, Post 594, the color guard. The Egan American Legion Post was chartered in 1989. The color guard was formed in May of 2017 and has participated in over 20 community events. In August of 2018, the unit placed 10th in the National American Legion military class competition held right here in the Twin Cities, in this case, Minneapolis. The unit also placed second nationally in the open class category.
It's great news for those guys. They work really hard year-round.
Absolutely. Again, I'm Brent Corey. This is Angie Johnson, Angie's first Funfest Parade broadcast. She couldn't be more excited. One of our great volunteers to help us get not only the parade up and going, but 2 days of solid festivities here in Egan's Central Park area. We, of course, are on Yankee Doodle Road here for the parade. But as always, we invite you to take in all of the Funfest festivities. We've got great food, great entertainment, the whole gamut. We've got something for everybody, Angie.
Definitely. All the fun starts around noon at the community center. So come on by. Bring your kids down. We'll have a lot of great music going on. Just take some time to enjoy the beautiful weather today.
Yeah, and for our Funfest fans, they already know this, but the fireworks. We always say it's the largest fireworks in the universe. I know you're in the insurance industry. You have to be a little careful from liability standpoints and things. We haven't been challenged yet, but we may want to tamper our enthusiasm a little bit on that. They're a very impressive display. We'll maybe leave it at that. Those, of course, happen every dusk on July 4th.
Well, I think with so many communities getting rid of the fireworks, it's such a staple to our country. and the July 4th activities. So it's exciting that Egan continues that tradition.
Absolutely, that's a great point. We are very privileged here in Egan to have that long-standing tradition. It's been going on for years. In fact, Funfest has been really a staple not only in our community but in the upper Midwest.
They're getting closer to our spot. It's exciting to see them coming down the road.
Yes, indeed. The official launching 2019 Egan Funfest Parade. Again, just a gorgeous day. We're privileged to have days like this. We like to call them Chamber of Commerce type days because it's a great way to showcase our community and all of the thousands. We usually get about 10,000 people that come out to the parade here, and they are being richly rewarded with this impressive weather that we're having here today. Again, a stark contrast from last year where we were trying to fend for our lives and save the ETV
the
equipment.
Floods going down the road here, and
it was not ideal.
No, it was not. No, I remember standing in 6 inches of water coming down by the curb here.
I think we were both holding electrical cables too, which probably isn't advised under those extreme elements.
But luckily, all the equipment was saved, and I guess that was probably the primary goal of that day.
Exactly. Again, a great crowd here for this year's Funfest Parade. I guess in the Chamber of Commerce realm, they're famous for kind of overestimating crowds. Could maybe say 200,000-300,000 maybe along the lines. Might be a bit of an exaggeration, but nevertheless, a very good crowd, certainly today. You're seeing a pan of the parade as it approaches Central Parkway here in beautiful Egan. A lot has changed in the neighborhood, too, in the last couple of years in particular.
Yes.
We are just sitting opposite of Aldi, which is behind us. We have the Central Park Commons development that is now officially up and running with Hy-Vee and so many wonderful businesses. We have
restaurants.
Yeah, great restaurants. We kind of dub it at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. We always call it Downtown Egan.
Yeah.
It kind of has that feel and that vibe. And
yep, I'm a huge fan of the Sierra Trading Post. Great dog toys there for Larry.
Sure. Basically something for everything.
Yeah.
I think we're officially underway. I want to thank the Egan Police Department today for always keeping our parade goers safe and everyone on track here. You're seeing the color guard there again.
Yeah, our Egan Police puts in a lot of time for this event, helping us out on that. So great thanks to the city and Roger New for helping coordinate all that for us.
Chief New and his staff do a great job with that. Can't thank them enough. There we have the 204th U.S. Army Band. The 204th U.S. Army Band of Minnesota is a detachment of the 204th Army Band stationed in Tacoma, Washington. Formerly known as the 451st Army Band, the band is comprised of select musicians from the upper Midwest. The members come from many walks of life with diverse professional careers such as education, medicine, administration, finance, sales, marketing, and computer engineering. They all share a love of music and pride in serving their country as soldiers in the United States Army Reserve. Let's give them a listen. Fantastic job by the 204th U.S. Army Band today. Glad they could be joining us during the 2019 Egan Funfest Parade.
They sound great.
Oh, they really do.
Up next is Grand Marshal Tabitha Peterson. Tabitha Peterson graduated from Egan High School in 2007 and attended the University of Minnesota, earning her bachelor's degree in 2011 and a PharmD in 2015. She also competed at the 2018 Winter Olympics Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea. In the sport of curling, Tabitha currently works in CVS Pharmacy in Target and continues to train for the 2022 Olympic Games.
Is that Mike on the bike?
That's
Mayor
Mike in the bike.
Mike McGuire and his famous bike, What are we giving out this year? What can we look forward to the mayor giving us?
Let's see what he's doing. Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, look
how
at this.
Fantastic.
Dunkin' Donuts from the mayor. Does it get any better? Oh, my.
Gotta love Dunkin' Donuts. That's another one that's just down the road here. If you haven't been there, fantastic.
Outstanding. That's a first. Boy, no one's prouder of Dunkin' Donuts than Mayor McGuire. Can't thank him enough for that. There's Chief Roger New, the Egan Police Department.
Egan Police Chief Roger New holds both bachelor's and master's degrees and a graduate of the prestigious FBI National Academy. Starting in 1994 as an Egan police officer, New rose to the ranks of patrol sergeant in 2004, and just 2 years later was promoted to lieutenant. He was appointed to deputy chief in 2016.
In a flurry of activity here, Angie, we got a little distracted by the mayor and his donuts.
I know.
Again, we're so grateful for that. We also had the Egan City Council members pass us. Council members Paul Bakken, Cindy Fields, Gary Hansen, Meg Tilley. Happy to have them on board today. Here you're seeing the Egan Fire Department. The Egan Fire Department is led by Chief Mike Scott and has been serving the community since 1963. They currently have 40 part-time and 18 full-time career firefighters operating out of 3 stations here in Egan. The career staff are divided over 3 different shifts to provide 24-hour coverage for our great community. And as always, Jenny, unit number 1, is with us. That is not Jenny, but Jenny was in the mix there. Chief Scott particularly proud of Jenny. It was restored by Superior Service Center years back and continues to be the showpiece for the Egan Fire Department. And so grateful for what they're able to do for our community, and a lot of them still volunteer-based. At one point, it was all volunteer-based. This day and age, as you can imagine, it's a little tough to find help, and now there are a mix of full-time employees, but always do a great job for us.
The trucks here is just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Next, we have the Egan's July 4th Funfest Ambassadors. The Funfest Ambassadors serve as representatives of the Egan community and the July 4th Funfest through volunteerism, community parades, festival attendees, coronations, and much more. These individuals have served as ambassadors for the last year, making new connections, having fun, and giving back to our community. This parade marks their final parade as Funfest Ambassadors.
What a wonderful job those ladies do for our community,
Fantastic.
too. Seeing them out and about constantly spreading the goodwill of not only Fun Fest, but just the pride that they have in the community is really fun to see. And those ladies are active.
Yep, they are very active. Our ambassadors are Genesis Scott, Annabelle Karstens, and Haley Foss.
And I believe this year's coronation is coming up next week.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
We do have a Facebook page for those, the ambassadors. If you'd like to click like on that and get their notifications, that would be fantastic. Come to their events.
Absolutely. They love the support. Now we're seeing Congresswoman Angie Craig and company. Congresswoman Angie Craig represents Minnesota's 2nd Congressional District. Representative Craig is fighting for policies that reward people for their hard work, especially farmers and small business owners. She lives here in Egan and with her family, and fell in love with the strong community ties and the quality of life that we have in Egan, and who could argue with that?
Right.
I think we check both of those boxes.
I wonder how many miles she puts on going back and forth across, you know.
It's a very good question. I would going to go out on a limb and say a lot of miles. This Congresswoman Lori Halverson is with us as well. Great to see her and her supporters out here on a beautiful day for the 2019 Fun Fest Parade here in Egan. We also have Representative Sandra Mason. Representative Mason, of course, is thrilled to continue representing the citizens of Egan and Burnsville, who reside in District 51A. She appreciates the trust that her constituents have put in her, and she's working hard to keep our community and state strong and growing. It's a longtime Egan resident, Jennifer O'Rourke. I went to high school with her, actually. Always fun to see her. We're getting donuts. We're getting personal visits. Boy,
Doesn't get much better than this.
really doesn't.
Senator Jim Carlson is up next. He is proud of serving his third term in the Minnesota Senate. He represents the residents of Egan and Burnsville as well at the Capitol. Senator Carlson's major piece of legislation in 2019 is the hands-free bill, which becomes effective on August 1st.
Excellent. Now we have the Osmond Shrine Clowns. The Shrine Circus is the longest continuously performing shrine circus in the world, with 2019 actually marking their 96th year. That's very impressive. Their performances are at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds and include hilarious clowns, extreme motorcycle tricks, and much, much more. I don't think it would be a parade without the Osmond Shrine Clowns. Always a staple here at the Funfest Parade.
Look at that. The bikes are amazing.
Even going uphill, as he said, that's even more impressive.
Well, the weather continues to be beautiful. We're so lucky to have today. Be bright and sunshiny. We haven't had sunshine much this year.
We haven't. We have to relish in these days, Angie. And why not throw a parade when we're having the sunshine?
Our next one is the Primrose School of Egan. Primrose School of Egan is a local family-owned educational child care and preschool provider with purposeful play and nurturing guidance from teachers. Their balanced learning approach inspires children to think in more ways with creativity, compassion, and resourcefulness. This time-tested approach instills a love of learning and discovery that helps children develop and excel for years to come.
They do a fine job with our youth in the community. Very involved, be it Chamber of Commerce's, Rotary Clubs.
Rotary Clubs, yep.
Funfest sponsor. Happy to have them on board today as well. And again, we'll get into our sponsors and our robust list of volunteers here as the parade develops. But right now, you're seeing the Home Federal banner. Home Federal, of course, one of our sponsors, too, for Funfest. They were founded in Spring Valley, Minnesota in 1934. In 1994, Home Federal converted from a mutual savings bank to a public stock institution. Today, the bank is one of the largest thrifts in the state. Their mission statement is enhancing the financial well-being of our clients and community, one relationship at a time. Their banking team members have more than 100 years of experience, which includes retail and business banking, consumer and commercial lending, mortgage financing, and investments. So glad the Home Federal folks could be with us today.
Looks like we're going to have the Egan High School cheer boosters coming up next.
I believe so. It's raining cotton.
It is. That's
along.
Amazing. Hopefully you guys can see this on. Oh, there we go.
Look at that. It's almost like snow in July, only it's cotton from the cotton trees. Amazing.
Amazing.
I think that is the boosters. Standing.
The charter of the EHS Cheer Team Booster Club is to organize fundraising activities to offset the cost of participating in cheerleading and to promote the support, the activity of cheerleading in EHS.
I believe right behind them we have the Egan High School Band. The Egan High School Band program, just like Egan High School, will be celebrating its 30th birthday this upcoming year. In honor of their 30th year, the band is commissioning a piece of music. Ooh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That'll be debuted in the spring of 2020. The band program is comprised of 320 students at EHS, nearly 100 of which are in the parade. That's a lot of their students in the parade. It's great to see them out today. The band recently returned from a tour of China following previous tours of Greece, France, Italy, and other international trips. Glad to have the boosters and the band with us today. Fantastic job of the Egan High School band.
Very
and
impressive.
Boosters. Boy, get over 100 kids out today for the parade.
Especially on a holiday week. That's fantastic that they have that many available.
That shows some serious dedication, doesn't it?
I love the excitement these kids have.
Definitely some serious enthusiasm. That's for sure. And take this quick opportunity to thank some of our sponsors for bringing today's, not only the broadcast, but the whole entire Fun Fest to us. Our red, white, and blue sponsor this year is the Minnesota Vikings. Great job, Egan Wildcats. Our Patriots sponsors for this year's event: Central Park Commons, Egan Wildcat Hockey Association, Health East Medical Transportation, Home Federal Bank, J.J. Taylor Companies, Primrose School of Egan, Think Mutual Bank, and we'll get to the other sponsors as the parade develops. But again, we want to thank those businesses and individuals so much for helping us put together a fun-filled 2 days here in July.
Yeah, their support is very valuable to the organization to continue on.
Absolutely. Again, Brent Corey, I'm privileged to be joined by Angie Johnson. We are bringing you the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade on a Chamber of Commerce type day.
Looks like we have Cub Foods coming up next. Since 1968, Cub Foods has been providing the best grocery value to their customers and truly redefined grocery retail in the Midwest. With 3 great locations in Egan, Cub takes pride in offering the premier value for consumer dollars. The name Cub says it all. Consumers united for buying.
And we're kind of rare. We're a 3 Cub town
Yep.
here in Egan. Definitely a strong part of our community on the grocery side.
They do a lot of great give back to the community, allowing us for the ambassadors to do bagging to help raise funds for those guys, as well as some other activities such as the Open Door.
Absolutely. Just going to go through the Friends of Freedom sponsors very quickly. Bell Laboratories, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota, Cub Foods is in at a Friends of Freedom sponsor. That's hard to say.
That is.
Say it fast 12 times, it's even harder. Dakota County Technical College, Denise Soberg Real Estate, Keller Williams Premier Realty, Egan Rotary Kickstart Club, and the Noon Rotary Club. Fairview is in, Genesis Chiropractic, Inver Hills Community College, Mark's Towing Incorporated, Max Living, Minnesota Family Chiropractic, Minnesota Energy Resources, Sam's Club, the Urgency Room, Thomson Reuters, and Walmart. They are all Friends of Freedom sponsors for FunFest.
Thank you for your support.
We could not do it without you folks. We do want to thank you for that.
The candy's coming out. People are really excited.
Boy, it certainly is. It's all over Yankee Doodle Road today here in Egan. There we have the St. Paul Winter Carnival Junior Royalty. Full disclosure, we don't know a lot about them. So you're seeing the royalty right there in their convertible, and happy that they could come out here and join us for the 2019 Fun Fest Parade.
I was wondering how you were going to walk through that. I appreciate that.
Sometimes honesty is the best policy. Can tap dance only to a point, and then you're, yeah.
Up next, we have the St. Paul Winter Carnival Royal Family. The St. Paul Winter Carnival is the country's oldest international festival, older than the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Festival, and has been making a mockery of winter for over 130 years. It started when a newspaper reporter from New York visited St. Paul in January and published that it was unfit for human habitation. Undaunted, St. Paul businessmen decided to create a winter festival to celebrate the cold and have never looked back.
The 2019 Royal Family is led by Boris Rex, the 83rd actually, Monty S. Johnson, Queen of the Snows, Allison Gunter, and Prime Minister Megan Quiggle. The family also includes 10 Kings of Guards, 4 Winds of Wind Princesses. They invite everyone to mark January 23rd through February 3rd of 2020 to come on out and celebrate the coolest celebration on Earth. And speaking of the Winter Carnival, we have the Vulcans. Oh, the Vulcans. The 2019 St. Paul Winter Carnival Vulcan crew are ambassadors for the capital city of St. Paul.
Thank you.
We're getting some treats from them. Hey, thank you. That's great. They'll be participating in over 40 appearances and parades throughout Minnesota, Wisconsin, Florida, and Canada. I don't know how Florida got in there, but
right.
That's great. And the crew rides around town in the chariot named Laverne, which is a fire truck that was made in Laverne. Glad they could join us today for Fun Fest. Again, we are all over social media this year. We have Instagram, we have Facebook Live, we have YouTube. It's a worldwide broadcast, Angie, and so privileged to be a part of it. And great job, as always, by the ETV crew for bringing you the parade. We also have to have Mark's Towing with us this year. Mark's Towing is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving the Egan community since 1998. Mark's Towing is an active member of the community, sponsoring community events as well as youth and high school sports teams.
Yeah, Mark's Towing's always done a great job of supporting our ambassadors as well, so we thank them for that.
Absolutely. The float support. Mark is just so involved in so many things at Egan, be it hockey events, Chamber of Commerce, Rotary clubs, you name it, Mark is there. So again, we want to thank him and Mark's Towing for all the help they do, not only in the community, but for Fun Fest. We simply couldn't do it without it. Glad you didn't get hurt by the Vulcans, too. Sometimes that can be an issue. They get a little out of hand. Great folks and everything, but safety always comes first.
These trucks are just massive, passing by us.
Good to know if you ever need to get towed, you're in good hands. Looks like the Aquatennial Ambassador Organization is joining us today as well. With us today, we have Ann Bailey and Courtney Engholm from the Minneapolis Aquatennial, which is just finishing celebrating their 79th year. Festival founders selected the third week in July because that particular week traditionally has the best weather in Minnesota. The Aquatennial Ambassador Organization exists to inspire young Minnesota women to achieve extraordinary feats.
Up next, we have Red Savoy Pizza in Egan. In 1965, Earl Red opened the first Red Savoy Pizza location on the east side of St. Paul, Minnesota. The original Red Savoy Pizza name became legendary throughout the Midwest, known for its spicy secret sauce and for its old-school atmosphere with a kick.
We're just flying through the parade here. Next, we have the YMCA in Egan. The YMCA offers group exercise classes, personal training, swim lessons, childcare, and other great fitness and community building programs for our community. Gym membership includes access to amenities like a fitness center, indoor track, aquatics. That includes a water slide. I know you're asking about that, Angie. 2 indoor pools, a sauna and whirlpool, basketball court, and so much more. Glad the YMCA folks could join us today for the parade.
Our Rotary group just took a tour of that fantastic facility.
Oh, it is a nice complex out there. That's for sure. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank our I Love Egan sponsors. You want to take that one, Angie?
Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, Bremer Bank, Dakota Electric Association, Fresh Sugarcane Juice and Tea, Gopher Resource, Hy-Vee, Orthodontics by Zerbal, Prime Therapeutics, Red Savoy's Pizza again, Superior Service Center, the YMCA, Twin Cities Orthopedics, and Excel Energy. Thank you for your support.
Again, yeah, we want to thank those folks for helping us out. Looks like the Zura Shrine Legion of Honor is about to head out in their little Jeeps.
Amazing little cars. I wish I could have one to go get my groceries in, but
that would be kind of handy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're picking up, something light. It's like, well, I'll take the tiny Jeep today.
Right.
Save a little gas.
Right.
Seems much more practical. The Zura Legion of Honor has the Jeep bodies that represent all 5 of our military services. Most of the members of Legion of Honor are veterans themselves from one of the 5 services. Zura Legion of Honor has the oldest degree team in all of Shrindom, dating back to 1994. It's quite a legacy. Now, is everything, like if you're going to get an oil change with the tiny Jeep, is it like half off? I was wondering if you're going to get tires.
Right. We should talk to Dan over at Superior Service Center and ask him.
Dan, we got some tiny Jeeps coming in. What kind of damage are we looking at? Full tune-up.
The oil.
Half off. Do they even need a hoist? Could they just have like a strong guy in the back just lift it up?
Yeah.
Just a quick oil change. All right, let's watch the Zura Shriners do their thing.
Are their tires squeaking?
They can get a little out of control sometimes.
Legion! Pit, hut! Present arms! I'm gonna peel out right that way. Thanks for coming.
And there go the Zura Shriners. Next, we have our friends at Hy-Vee. At Hy-Vee, their promise is a helpful smile in every aisle. And those smiles can only come from a workforce that is fully engaged and committed to supporting their customers and each other. Hy-Vee prides itself on being entirely employee-owned to create a truly outstanding experience. Stop by the Egan Hy-Vee for all your grocery needs. And I will say, I am a frequent Hy-Vee shopper. Cub Foods is good as well. But Hy-Vee, they just installed an abundance of self-checkout lines, which...
I'm from Iowa, so I've always been a huge fan of Hy-Vee. That's where Hy-Vee started, and...
Excellent, HQ down there. I'm sure the Farmington Ambassadors are Hy-Vee fans as well.
The Farmington Ambassadors program exists to provide opportunities to young women and girls in the Farmington area. Ambassadors gain poise, speaking abilities, and community service experience during their time with the program. The ambassadors travel near and far to share the Farmington story and goodwill. The program's intent is to teach skills that will be invaluable throughout life. All are invited to attend Farmington Dew Days the 3rd week of June each summer. This year's Farmington ambassadors include Miss Ambassadors Gwen Hallberg, Katie Baum, Selena Garcia, Junior Ambassadors Gabriella Wilmuth, and Lottie Ludwig, Little Ambassador Bethany Porter.
Excellent. Next we have 651 Handyman and 651 Handy Ma'am.
That's great.
For the first time ever, I believe, in the Egan Funfest Parade. Here's a very handy brother and sister team who have proudly served the Egan community for over 10 years. It's great to have a Handy Ma'am as well now.
I love it. Getting women involved in the trades is, where we need to go.
Exactly. If you ask my wife, I'm sure she would want the handyman truck to come over to our house because Lord knows I've got a few little projects I need to tackle. It's probably like from Ymca, could you just take 35E and come to the Corey house? But
coming up next is Joy Mobile Physical Therapy. I'm a huge fan of these guys. I actually work with Sarah myself. They go where you are. Service to the greater Twin Cities metro area and western Wisconsin. Joy Mobile Physical Therapy goes where you are. Home, work, school, parks, wherever. Do you have pain in your neck, hip, knees, ankle, foot, head, neck, shoulder, elbow, or hands that limits you? If so, give them a call.
I think that screeching noise we hear is the Zura Flyers. Talking about a rowdy bunch.
Yeah.
These guys are it. The Zura Shrine Flyers were founded in 1957 by a group of 38 Shriners who were pilots. The original purpose was to provide air transportation for the Temple Divan, Shriners Children's Hospital doctors, patients, and their families. Since inception, the Flyers have enlarged their scope of service for the temple and for the community. And they must practice a lot because we always have some great formations. I have to report the 10 years that I've been a part of the broadcast, we've never had any injuries. No one has been
named. No accidents?
No. From an insurance perspective, I'm sure you would appreciate that.
I think my kids would say I kind of drive like this too, but
You get to where you need to get to
Right.
in a hurry. I think it's fair to say they're making more tire marks on the road than Mayor Mike on the bike
Right.
did while he was driving up Yankee Doodle. But fair enough, there are more cars than more bikes in that case. And they didn't give us donuts. Well, of course,
Well,
they haven't
good
got up to
point.
our booth yet. Maybe
Right.
they are.
what a great group, though. Very entertaining to watch.
They do a lot of parades, too. We've been very privileged to have them at FunFest for years, but throughout the Twin Cities are always a staple in a lot of different parades.
The crowds are loving these guys.
Always a fan favorite, that's for sure.
We have Jordan Schutzel, who helps us out with the parade. He's put in so much time and effort this year, coordinating everything, because a lot of people do have to go out to other 4th of July events and activities for like the Apple Valley Parade in the afternoon. So he works really hard in getting all that coordinated for us, and thanks to him for that.
Exactly. Yeah, Jordan does a great job. A lot of work that goes into that, a lot of coordinating, as you can imagine. And yep, it's been flawless today. So kudos to Jordan and yeah, all the FunFest volunteers for helping out today. Again, a gorgeous day here in Egan. I'm going to say probably top 3 days of all times for a FunFest parade. I think the Eastview cheerleaders would probably agree with that sentiment. We have the cheer team. Eastview High School offers both sideline and competitive cheering to the students in grades 9 through 12 that attend Eastview. The cheer program consists of cheerleaders, coaches, and a booster club striving to support and boost spirit at the school, along with promoting a positive sportsmanship through competition philosophy. The cheerleaders are dedicated to achieving high academic goals, state and national rankings, and adherence to the values of Eastview High School.
Coming up behind them is going to be the Eastview High School Drumline. The Drumline is a part of the Eastview Marching Band. The Eastview Marching Band will be performing this fall at Eastview home football games, as well as hosting the Eastview High School Marching Band Festival on Saturday, September 7th. The Drumline and Marching Band have been active since the school's opening in 1997. They compete in festivals across the Midwest each fall, and last year they finished 3rd in the state at the Youth in Music Finals performance.
Good to see them staying cool today, too, as they're getting doused with water. Can't see it in this shot, but always important to stay hydrated on days like this. Yeah, looks like a fun bunch. I don't think there's any question about them having spirits.
No.
Nice to see that enthusiasm here at the FunFest Parade. So glad the ladies and the drummers could join us today for FunFest.
I think one of my favorite things of parades is the drum lines.
It's definitely fun to listen to.
Up next, we have the Dental Center of Egan. Create your ideal smile with the Dental Center of Egan. They are a general dental office that specializes in cosmetic dentistry and overall oral health.
Lots of smiles in that group. Speaks of the product, I'm
Right.
sure. Next, we have Genesis Credit Union. Genesis Credit Union is a not-for-profit member-owned financial institution that has been committed to helping its members financially for over 80 years. Genesis offers better rates, fewer fees, and more personal service than banks can offer. And they're open to anyone in Dakota, Ramsey, Anoka, Hennepin, Scott, and Washington counties. And Genesis, boy, they've been a very, very staunch supporter of FunFest over the years. And again, we want to thank them for all they've done for us. Genesis Credit Union is also involved in a number of different things in the community, including, oh, there's so many. The Puppet Wagon, the pop-up events, Rec, Park and Go, on and on. So again, thanks to the Genesis Credit Union folks.
Next is Miss Interfer Grove Heights Scholarship Program. The Miss Interfer Grove Heights program is in its 12th year. The program provides service to the community as well as providing educational scholarships, to the Royal Court. Today, with us, we welcome Miss Interfer Grove Heights Tessa, Junior Queen Alyssa, Junior Princess Natalia, Little Queen Abby, and Little Princess Jada.
Next, we have the Girl Scouts, the Egan Service Unit. Girls in grades K through 12 are welcome to join Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts is an girl-friendly environment where girls learn life skills, experience great adventures, challenge themselves to STEM, explore nature and the outdoors, gain leadership skills, build courage, confidence, charter, and make a difference in their community. Girl Scouting has been going strong for over 100 years. In fact, 107 years, Angie. What a tradition.
I was a Girl Scout for a while.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
You're very worldly and definitely know some life skills that serve you well.
It's a good program.
Indeed. Robotics program is also a good program as well. This is their, actually they have 13 different teams here in Egan, the robotics, and they compete across Minnesota and California, Kansas, and Michigan. The robotics team members develop real-world skills such as programming, marketing, leadership, presentation, CAD, and other real-world engineering skills. Egan High School Robotics was founded 13 years ago to inspire students to learn and experience science, technology, and engineering. They have a history of spreading robotics throughout Minnesota and recently have helped start teams in Poland and the Ukraine. My goodness,
Impressive.
they're taking it worldwide. I know you're just a new Egan Rotary member, but
Yeah.
every year they've had a long history of coming in, bringing their robots into the club, and it's fascinating to see what those young individuals do with their robots.
And each robot has a different purpose, correct?
Exactly. Yep. Very complex. Unlike the Funsters, who aren't quite as complex.
The Funsters are a group of clowns who love to entertain kids of all ages. They have been around for 30 years entertaining the masses during parades, at circuses, in hospitals, and countless other events.
Now, I notice on your business card you have a lot of different credentials, obviously very educated and everything, but you have Funster on your business card, don't you?
I think I do, yes. If not, it will be next time. Hey, what a proud thing to say. I'm a Funster.
I think that's
Right?
a good thing. Just like the Egan Just for Kicks dance team, the Egan Just for Kicks is a fun and affordable dance program offering classes beginning with 3-year-olds all the way up to 12th graders. The dance styles offered are kick and jazz, and their season runs through September through April, and they would love for you to join their dance family. They're going into their 8th year with classes starting up in September, so check them out if you or someone in your family would like to dance for Just for Kicks dance.
Next, we have the Cottage Grove Strawberry Fest Ambassadors. The Ambassadors program exists to provide opportunities for involvement with local and surrounding communities to support the growth and development of young women. The Ambassadors travel and take part in many volunteer opportunities throughout the greater Twin Cities.
Cottage Grove Strawberry Fun Fest is always the third weekend of June. Newly crowned ambassadors as of last month, this is just in, are Giselle Segura, Sydney Feldman, Sofia Jimenez, Maria Wald, and Christina Cortinez. So congratulations to those ladies. And congratulations to Wagging Tails Pet Resorts. The Wagging Tails Pet Resorts motto is Happy Dogs Play Here. They provide care for any dogs, and they're all-day daycare program and boarding facility. On why we're congratulating them, they recently voted the #1 daycare in the Twin Cities on Sidewalk Dog by their clients. That's pretty cool. Maybe Larry would like them.
I think Larry would.
They have 2 locations in the Twin Cities, Egan and Bloomington. They've been open since 2016 at their Bloomington location. It looks like the West St. Paul Days royalty is joining us today. Celebrate West St. Paul Days, and that takes place the 3rd weekend. That's actually Cottage Grove, not West St. Paul. We're getting our suburbs confused.
We're getting excited. A lot of kids out here dancing to the great music.
Boy, no doubt. There's West St. Paul Days royalty. Celebrate West St. Paul Days, which takes place the 3rd weekend in May, as I mentioned before. They are pleased to be joining the Fun Fest festivities today with their royalty, which includes Miss West St. Paul, Izzy Bao, West St. Paul Princess Sabrina Barrett, West St. Paul Princess Celia Dickey, Junior Miss West St. Paul Kendall Barrett. We have Little Miss West St. Paul Maya Tubman and Little West St. Paul Princess Sanaya Stebber. Great to have those ladies as part of Fun Fest today. Look at that giant soccer ball.
Egan Wave Soccer Club's coming up next. The Egan Wave Soccer Club offers programs and training year-round to match all player levels and interests. At the end of July, they're hosting their annual competitive tryouts. They're also kicking off their fall recreational season in late August. As a club, they participate in a variety of fun events all year, including the annual Future Stars tournament that takes place every Mother's Day, Club Day at Minnesota United, award celebrations, and for the very first time, they're hosting a golf tournament in early September to give their parents a chance to get into competitive action. Go Wave.
How fun. Got a golf tournament coming up. Well, they have a lot of tournaments in Egan, too. Next, we have the Minnesota Valley Transit Authority. MVTA is the public transportation provider for residents and businesses of Egan, Apple Valley, Burnsville, Rosemont, Savage, Shakopee, and Prior Lake. MVTA provides more than 3 million rides each year to such destinations as downtown Minneapolis, downtown St. Paul, Mall of America, and they also have a connection from Egan to the light rail system with other regional providers. The Egan Transit Station model for public-private partnerships. It combines retail businesses with transit. Egan is also home to MVTA's buses, which are parked in their facility along Highway 13, Blackhawk Road. Again, just a gorgeous day for the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade.
Clouds are settling in, but at least we got a little bit of sun today.
A little overcast, yeah. Cotton still falling from the beautiful trees lining Yankee Doodle Road here. But I don't think we need to plow at this point. I think they'll just, they're puffy, they'll just blow away. It's harmless. Just like the Zura Shrine Cobra Course. That is the last bunch, but they still do some impressive antics here. Love the little cars. I wonder if they can actually fly.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, very helicopter-like.
I honestly don't think I've seen these before.
Oh. They didn't have these in Iowa when you were growing up? Okay.
No.
Something new. The Zura Shrine Cobra Corps is a precision driving team. They drive the Honda Odyssey's 4-wheel ATV, and they were manufactured between 1977 and 1985. They have served Zura Shrine and the community since 1997. All drivers perform all maintenance, donate their time and resources to the Cobra Corps, so the proceeds can then go 100% to the charities like the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Very worthy cause. Again, Again, I'm sure they volunteer a lot of time, especially if they're maintaining their own helicopter-looking-like vehicles. It's got to be very time-consuming. I always wonder if they have little tiny garages at their homes that they park them in. And
I love that. How awesome are those?
that's great. Especially if they're made in the 70s, too. They've got to be, let's say, a fair amount of maintenance with those. Labor of love, I'm sure.
Looks like we have the Rock and Jump Trampoline Park coming up. Rock and Jump is the Twin Cities ultimate trampoline park located on Highway 13 in Egan across from the Twin Cities Premium Outlets. Rock and Jump features 9 attractions and located on Highway 13 across from the Twin Cities Outlets, as I said. Offers fun for the whole family. It's based out of California. Rock and Jump Egan is the first one located here in Minnesota, and it opened its doors in December of 2016.
We were jumping for joy when they came to Egan. It's a great thing to have in our entertainment arsenal. Directly behind them, we have the Northern Star Scouting Group. Scouting is a great activity, of course, for all in the family. Many packs are now family packs that both boys and girls can participate in together, which is kind of cool. They also have troops for girls ages 11 and older, which meet every week, it looks like. If you're interested, go to joincubs.org to find out where a unit is near you. And I know we have a pretty robust offering here in Egan for Scouts. Again, through Rotary, we're connected to some of the clubs and things, and always volunteering and doing such great things for our community. We're very fortunate to have them around, and that civic pride just oozing out of those packs, which is always great to see.
America's Little Miss Midwest Royalty is a natural pageant system focused on building confidence and personality. Title holders are city, state, and regional queens, many of whom are bound for national competition in Orlando, Florida later this month. America's Little Miss Beauty Stream is Phoebe Fairbanks of Cottage Grove.
Excellent. Directly behind them, we have the Nurheg Panther Marching Band. Do you know what Nurheg stands for, Angie?
I do not.
New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. I know that because my sister lives down there and her family grew up down that way. So I think the band is in queue here for a performance as we look at some of the Midwest royalty. Floats are very close. Jordan's doing an impeccable job. It's very well maintained in terms of the timing and everything today. There's another look at the band. The Nurheg Panther Marching Band comes from the New Richland area down in southern Minnesota. The band has a strong tradition of marching and band success. In fact, my nephew was in the band at one point. Placed in many different competitions, parades, including most recently taking first place in the Waseca Marching Classic. The band is part of a competitive instrumental music education program focused around concert band, but also includes jazz band, marching band, and pep bands. December, the band will be traveling to San Antonio, Texas to perform part of the halftime show at the Alamo Bowl. So, and I believe they are getting in queue again to perform. So glad they could join us today for the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade. Let's give them a listen.
So you see everybody's favorite Devani's Pizza and Hot Hoagies. Devani's Egan is celebrating 30 years in the community. Their shop was recently remodeled with a bar and now serves local craft beer and wine. Devani's provides a wide variety of food from pizza, hot hoagies, salads, pasta, lasagna, wings, and more. Free party rooms are available to rent with a minimum food purchase. So next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi to the friendly Devani's Egan team.
A nice remodel down there, too. It turned out very well.
I love Devani's.
It is good pizza. Happy to have them as a part of our restaurant community here in Egan that's getting more and more robust, which is great. A lot of new restaurants coming in, and Viking Lakes, as that continues to develop, I think we're going to see some more restaurants out that way as well, which is always fantastic. For our community. Next, we have Turning Point Dance Studio. Some dancers here with us, I believe. Turning Point Studio has been in Egan for 40 years. Their dancers are proud to represent Egan in recreational recitals as well as regional and national competitions. There you have a look at them. Dancers, the age range is 18 months to 18 years, which is quite a span. And they, for their classes, and the summer program begins July 10th, and they are located off of Cedar and Diffley, it looks like, near Twin Cities Premium Outlets. So if you're interested, check them out. Another staple in the Fun Fest parade. Performed for a number of years for our parade patrons. Look at the awards, too. Can't see in the shot there, but very storied dance studio, that's for sure.
Great enthusiasm.
Oh, absolutely. Nice job, ladies. There comes the Lions International floats. Another staple in the Fun Fest parade.
The Lions' motto is "We serve." And where there is a need, there is a lion. Just a few examples of where the Lions help out in Egan include the Armful of Love initiative, the Open Door, and they've also been instrumental in helping both Egan Fire and Police departments. The Lions as an organization are over 100 years old, and the 40-member Egan Lions Club has been around for over 49 years. The Egan's Lion also started the Fun Fest Parade.
They did indeed. We would not be here today, Angie, without the Lions. I want to pass our condolences along to Margot Danner and her family. Lowell Danner unfortunately passed away actually last month. A long-time Lion, great volunteer in the community. Big loss for us, but he will always be remembered, and the Lion legacy will proudly live on. Yeah, the parade actually started down in where Twin Cities Premium Outlets is right now, Cedar Grove, back in the day. And look how it's evolved.
It's a beautiful float. So up next, we have the Clowns Across the River. It's an award-winning, fun-loving clown club that promotes the art of clowning. They love to laugh and have fun together, and they especially love parades. They welcome new members, young and old, never put on a clown nose, or are new to a great idea. They'll teach you what you need to know and have you in makeup and big shoes in no time. Are you going to take them up on that, Brent?
I say we do it, Angie. I think it'd be fun.
They meet monthly at Grace Lutheran Church in Apple Valley on the first Thursday of the month at 7 p.m.
Let's bring them to Rotary sometime. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Them and the Funsters together. Just have a fun-filled day.
Dress everybody up at Rotary.
They could take over. It'd be great. Next, we have the Fusion Martial Arts folks at Fusion Martial Arts. They want to provide your child with a strong foundation of listening skills, focus, discipline, and confidence to help them prepare for success in the classroom and in life. And I think they usually do some fun things here, too. And since this is your initial broadcast, it can get a little unruly sometimes, but I think they'll keep it between the curbs. Martial arts is the tool by which they can help build a strong foundation for all of life. And they've done some pretty impressive things over the years, breaking blocks, jumping over a variety of things. Looks like they're relatively tame this year, yet enthusiastic. Here we go. Can have a demonstration now.
As we're watching these guys, let's go through our in-kind sponsors. The City of Egan, Enjoy Egan, ETV, Inbound Studios, Losper Golf and Event Center, and Zapier.
Excellent. Thank you very much for helping out with Fun Fest. We can also mention our Friends of Fun Fest. Looks like a lot of beer, actually. Miller Lights, Leinenkugels, and a
Coppola Chardonnay.
Coppola Chardonnay. Appreciate that. All right, here it comes, Angie. Look away if you're worried about the liabilities. They've done this before, though. They're very, very schooled in this. Look at that. Very impressive. Outstanding job of the Fusion folks. Great to have them as part of our 2019 Egan Fun Fest parade today. Looks like we've got the Midwest Bankers coming up right after them. Again, the parade pacing impeccable. Jordan runs a tight ship. Kudos to him. Another board goes down. Excellent. Why Midwest, you ask, Angie? Well, simply put, you would be their first priority, and I know you're a client anyway, so they've got you. Midwest is a family-owned bank operating that's big enough to get large deals done, yet small enough to truly listen and work with customers as they work to achieve their financial goals. They don't just say their customers are first, they live and breathe it. That's the commitment to their customers and the community at Midwest Bank. And today's parade marks the third year in a row that they will have be presenting a fully assembled outdoor children's playhouse. And we're hoping that, gosh, it's fully assembled.
Right. It looks gorgeous. Look at that.
Ah, nice. Our good friend Dan Burns works for Midwest Bank. We're told he had nothing to do with it. Dan's a great guy.
Luckily.
I don't know if we'd want him to be working on that project, though. Want to make sure the playhouse is safe for everybody. It was actually assembled by the doers of the Midwest Bank Egan team. This playhouse will then be given away to one lucky winner at the end of July. To enter that contest, you can go into the Egan location. No purchase is necessary. And during the parade, the Midwest team will also be distributing water bottles and other fun giveaways to our parade patrons today. Thanks for being in the parade, Midwest.
Lakeville Panaprog Royalty, representing Lakeville's Panaprog of Progress Festival, held July 4th through July 14th, 2014, are the Lakeville Royalty. Today we have Miss Lakeville Jennifer Anderson, Princess Caroline Resner, Princess Grace Dietz, Little Miss Mason Nobach, and Little Master Landon Anderson.
Excellent. Panaprog is coming right up, too. Next, we have the Lakeville VFW. You can see their Jeep there. Glad that they could join us today as well on a beautiful, picture-perfect day here in Egan for the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade. Looks like we have the Apple Valley Fire Department right behind them, and they have to scoot. They have their Apple Valley Parade coming up right next, so I'm sure they're going to leave the parade post-haste. The Apple Valley Fire Department is a volunteered, paid-on-call department that has loud sirens and trains firefighters for optimal emergency responses. They also promote fire safety through education programs and inspections of new and remodeled businesses. Apple Valley's firefighters are civic-minded and committed to providing the community with the best possible fire protection services. And thanks to them, thanks to the Egan Fire Department, all of our public safety folks, we are so fortunate to have them available to us 24/7 to ensure our safety. Wonder if they'll use their siren to get back down to Apple Valley for the parade. They literally leave right here and just head south.
Head south. So next we have the Egan Parks and Recreational Sparkmobile. The Sparkmobile, formerly known as the Egan's Puppet Wagon, travels around to various Egan parks during the summer months to provide puppet shows. The Sparkmobile is designed to ignite your inspiration. Did you know one definition of inspiration is someone or something that gives you new ideas and the enthusiasm to create something with them? A sudden, brilliant, and timely idea.
Right behind them, we have Egan Community Television, who is actually responsible for putting this broadcast on today. ETV is your local source for all things Egan. They're your community television station, which means they air and share local programming produced by you, for you, or of interest to you. ETV staff covers government meetings, high school sports games, and music at Market Fest to help you know and see what's going on in and around town. Residents and organizations can also submit their own local programs and video stories they want to be on the public TV airwaves. If you're interested in doing something like that, go to thecityofelegantv TV. Again, we want to thank the whole crew at Egan Television, Dan Mcatee, Dan Callahan, Haley Boston, Josh Sibley, and so many more for helping us out today. Just a great day to be in Egan. And they also have fans for everyone, which is kind of cool.
Right. Put me on ETV.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And again, they're dominating the social media channels, so check them out on YouTube, Facebook, and so much more.
We have the Zura Pipes and Drums. It's a unit out of the Minneapolis Shriners. They've played in Mexico, Canada, and throughout the U.S. They've also played for Queen Elizabeth II.
Whoa.
As well as other dignitaries. Their parade outfits consist of kilts, argle hoses, spats, black shoes, white shirts, and Gilgary headgear? Something new. I've never had it before, so.
That is new.
There's the Egan Knowledge Beginnings, and their talented early childhood teachers set kids down the path toward becoming lifelong learners in a positive, safe, and nurturing environment. They've been a leader in early childhood in Egan for the last 18 years. Well, thanks for coming to the event today. Weather's still looking good.
Absolutely.
One of my favorites coming up next is the Ultimate Fleet Repair.
Excellent. Ultimate Fleet Repair has been based in Egan for a while now, and they couldn't be happier with their convenient location that serves their customers and employees incredibly well. They just celebrated their 10th anniversary of providing fleet repair service to local businesses. They're excited to be part of the parade and celebration, certainly for Funfest. They'd like to thank the Funfest volunteers for making this grand celebration for our community possible, as would we. Okay, we talked before, a lot of volunteers go into making this day happen for us.
Looks like they might be having a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a backup. They're the perfect people if you're going to have car problems to be in the car, though, which is ironic. Probably just a minor setback. Again, an impeccably paced parade. We may be, Angie Johnson, on schedule to have the fastest Egan Funfest parade in history about to take place, which is kind of cool. So again, Brent Corey, Angie Johnson, we are proud and privileged to be joining you today to bring you the live broadcast of the 2019 Egan Funfest parade. We're on Facebook.
YouTube?
We are dominating, again, the local, or the actually international social media airwaves. We've got these fun fans, too, which I don't know if we can see this or not. Here's yours.
Oh, thank you.
In case you get warm.
Put me on ETV. Egan TV.
Doesn't get any better than that. It's excellent.
They are nice.
We're just going to take this opportunity to thank the Funfest Board of Directors very quickly. We have Scott Swenson, who is our board chair, Jerry Niedermeyer, who's our vice chair, Bill Gleason, who's our treasurer, yours truly is our secretary this year. Marshal Mullet helps out, Maria Olson, John Flynn, Steve Dobin, Angie Johnson, of course. We couldn't do it without you, Angie. Denise Pedersen-Solberg, Andrew Pimental. Jordan, I'm just going to be brutally honest. I don't want to massacre your last name.
Schultz? We're trying to figure it out, Jordan, so let us know, okay?
Larry Hilden and Justin Hellickson. Apologize, Jordan. But Jordan's doing a fantastic job again with the parade today.
I think he'll be re-voted into that committee again next year.
I think so. It is safe to say. Looks like we have the Klondike Cakes folks joining us. We welcome them and their royal order to the parade today. They are, of course, of St. Paul Winter Carnival fame. the coolest celebration on earth. These entertaining ladies come down from the Klondike to spread merriment and song to the great people of Egan every single year. Please welcome the reigning Klondike Kates. We have Cheryl Williams with us today. If you want more information about this organization, go to klondikekate.org to learn all the details. Some more Shriners there. Just kind of popped into the parade. Those, I bet, are the Osmond Shrine Mighty Mites. Here we have the award-winning and internationally renowned St. Paul Osmond Shrine Mighty Mites. Their motto is dedicated to ride so kids can walk.
It's great.
It is a great and admirable motto indeed. These talented Shriners represent one of the largest fraternal organizations in the world, work to support 22 shrine hospitals nationwide, which in turn provide the best care for kids in need. And their sales pitch: build friendship, make a difference, have fun, become a Shriner. Always fun to see all the Shriners in the parade. I think this is the third unit we have. And
yeah. I think a lot of these individuals involved in the parade give back to the community quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. And the time and volunteerism is very admirable. And of course, I'm sure, like most community service groups these days, are always looking for new people. So plenty of opportunities for you if you are interested. We'll take them on the Funfest committee and the board, too.
Absolutely.
And again, just go to funfest.org if you are interested and inspired to help out with the parade, with vendor information, trying to help out get entertainment acts for Funfest, the 2-day event that it is. Always looking for new volunteers to help out.
Plus, you meet a lot of great people like us.
You do. You do. It's a huge perk right there.
Dakota County Sheriff's Office. Mission is to provide professional, progressive, and proactive service while maintaining the public trust. They focus on building relationships and educating residents about their organization and profession, all while enhancing the training and education of students pursuing careers in law enforcement. These guys speak close to my heart because my dad was a police officer. So.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Down in Iowa, I trust?
Down in Iowa.
Okay. Sweet. Next, we have the Knights of Columbus, Faithful Shepherd. The Faithful Shepherd Council serves the tri-parish communities of St. John Newman, St. Peter's, and St. Thomas Becket. Founded in 1980, this council has been instrumental in the creation and support for Faithful Shepherd Catholic School. They've never wavered in their fundraising efforts throughout the community. Just another impeccable day for the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade. We're winding down, Angie.
But the candy continues to flow.
It certainly does. So is the broadcast everything you dreamed it would be?
Yeah. Actually, it was a lot easier than I anticipated. Hopefully people enjoyed having me on it. I do thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. We want to thank the folks at ETV as well. It's a lot of work, as you can imagine, setting up the broadcast and getting all this ready for us. So we want to thank them. So many others to thank, from volunteers to sponsor everything.
Sponsors.
It's all at eganfunfest.org for you to check out.
And don't forget, come on down today to the community center at noon. We have a lot of great activities going throughout the day as well. A lot of great food vendors.
Absolutely. It all culminates with the, was it the largest fireworks in the galaxy? Or what did you say was legal?
Galaxy.
Okay. Universe Galaxy, something on a extraordinary scale. But yeah, at dusk on July 4th, every year the fireworks take place, and they are spectacular. As is this crowd today that is slightly dispersing. We're winding down the 2019 Egan Fun Fest Parade, but just a fantastic day weather-wise. And a lot of people coming out for what proved to be a very incredible parade and wrapped up almost in a record time. Again, kudos to Jordan for keeping the line moving today. I believe that's the St. Louis Parktacular Days float. That always takes place Father's Day weekend. We have some ambassadors from Parktacular. I believe they're sponsored by Discover St. Louis Park. Happy to have them in the parade today. And we are indeed winding down, but as Angie alluded to, the action, if you're listening and watching us live, is quite the contrary. This is just heating up. It's going to be a fun-filled day of all kinds of things. And to wrap things up, one of our last floats here, we have the Henry Sibley School Marching Band. Henry Sibley Marching Band Warriors are a competitive marching band. They've had a wonderful season, winning the state championship for the second year in a row and winning the grand champion title at 7 of 8 events they've competed in this season. Very successful, that's for sure.
Great way to bring up the end of the parade.
They are truly legendary. They've been in the parade before and always have some great performances for the parade patrons. So of all the Funfest activities, Angie, what would you say is probably your favorite?
For me, the food.
The food.
Yeah. Yep. There's a pork nachos over there I got last night.
Ooh.
Ooh, incredible. The nacho chips, the pulled pork that's been smoked, and the massive amount of nacho cheese. So thanks to those guys over there. And these guys actually come from Texas here.
Do they really?
Yeah. Yep.
My
so
goodness.
they spend their summertime up here, and then they head back there in the fall.
Okay. Yeah, great they could come all the way up here to Minnesota for Funfest. Yeah, the food, you're right. Over the years, we've had some great vendors, and that strong tradition continues, just like the entertainment. A lot of great bands and things will all be culminating this evening. So, again, check out the ETV social media channels. You can go to funfest.org. All the information is out there. I'm sure some tweets will be going out today, some Facebook posts. We're all plugged in there. So,
love for you to stop down. If you're at the info booth, come in, say hi. It's where you can also get your wristbands for the alcohol and also your prepaid tickets.
Carnival tickets, yeah, it's all right there for you. Yeah, another great crowd this year. Weather held out. Again, a stark contrast from last year.
So great to see the red, white, and blue outfits supporting our birthday here for the U.S.
A lot of kids with a lot of candy going home. I'm sure their parents are going to be thrilled with all the sugar and things coming into the home, but it's one of the great traditions here at the Funfest Parade and so many other 4th of July parades. And again, we privileged to have the Henry Sibley High School Band with us. Record time, Angie, I'm telling you. Jordan, we have to give him like an award or something for this. The 10 years I've done the broadcast, I don't remember the parade being quite this efficient.
It's been fantastic.
I wonder what his secret sauce is. A rousing applause for the Henry Sibley marching band that was able to join us today. We are winding down. You can see the police cars there. Another successful Egan Funfest parade. We got Donuts Day from the mayor, one of our many highlights probably that we'll be having throughout the day. Fans from Egan TV.
I want to thank you for tuning in and listening, watching this with us.
Yeah, the first ever Facebook Live and YouTube Live broadcast of the Funfest parade. Hopefully there'll be many, many more to follow. And again, we want to thank the ETV crew. We've got Mike Mcatee, Dan Callahan, Haley Boston, Josh Sibley, and so many more of the Egan television volunteers that make this broadcast happen and possible. And a lot of tech nuances this year that they had to navigate through, but they did a fantastic job with that. And we're so grateful to be joining you today. saving their best for last. I bet a big performance is going to knock it out of the park here. That's a large band, I will say.
It is. They also bring with a lot of entourage, don't they?
They certainly do. Impressive array of support staff for the band.
We appreciate them taking the time out of their busy holiday to come spend time with us.
Absolutely. And there you see the Egan police. That means our parade for 2019 is winding down. And if you're joining us live, we really want to thank you for your time and watching us today. Again, it was a historic day here, Angie Johnson and Egan.
Fantastic.
Facebook Live. You were on YouTube. And, of course, this will be rebroadcast on Egan Television, so you can see it if you were missing it. It'll be probably broadcast throughout the coming weeks and certainly months, so that'll be great. It's a fantastic day for a parade. I don't think we could have ordered much
Better weather.
better weather for this.
Sun's coming out again, peeking out behind the clouds. So definitely stop on down. Noon is our kickoff for the events down at the community center.
Of course, entertainment throughout the evening, and then
The fireworks.
the fireworks. The legendary fireworks. It's hard to believe that summer is, we're midway through right now, and
It's sad.
but happy to celebrate the midsummer festivities here in Egan with you. Again, the 2019 Egan Funfest Parade. Brent Corey and Angie Johnson signing off, but we're privileged to be joining you today for what I'm going to call a historic parade.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Seconds.